I am Shelli Yoder, and I'm running for Congress because I really became concerned that middle-class working families from southern Indiana no longer had a seat at the table in Washington. And I decided to run because I felt that there were more conversations being had against hardworking Hoosiers than for hardworking Hoosiers. That conversation that I've been having took place over the last 2 years, and finally my husband just said, "Shelli, you run." And as I was sharing with Alice earlier, I am new at this. I am not a seasoned politician whatsoever. And the first time someone told me, what is it like to be in politics, or what's it like to be a politician, it took me back because I thought, oh, but I'm not a politician. But in fact, I am running. I'm running to represent you. I was born and raised here in Indiana. I was born and raised in a very small rural community in Indiana. And my parents taught me the importance of community. They were very middle class, lower middle classes, on the fringe of the middle class. And they struggled to keep running a small filling station. And I worked with my parents and my grandparents to keep that little filling station running. But in the gas shortage of the 1980s, we lost the station, and I watched my parents go with a way to make a living to no way to make a living. And that was extremely scary. And today there are so many families who are one job loss, one paycheck away from where my parents were. And so they had to find a way to make another way to make a living. And it took a while, it took about a year, but eventually a family in our church stepped forward and helped my dad get his insurance license, and he opened this small little insurance agency. And that's how my parents raised us in a small business type atmosphere in this small little community. I knew early on that I wanted to have more success than even what my parents did. That's what they kept telling me. We want more for you than what we have. And so I did that. They encouraged me to go to college. And I knew that I would have to pay my own way because my parents, I still had 2 other siblings, it wasn't going to happen magically. So I worked full time and put myself through school and graduated from, similar to IUS, but it's Indiana Purdue at Fort Wayne, and worked full time and graduated. And at the same time that I was doing this, I was also discovering other ways to make scholarship money, and I found the Miss America organization, which is a terrific organization that lets young women be involved in their community and also get to perform. I love to sing, but also you're rewarded through scholarship money. And I thought, I can do this. As a Mennonite girl from Shipshewana, there weren't a lot of us in pageants, so it took a lot of grooming. Let's just say that, it took a lot of grooming. But I had the honor of becoming Miss Indiana. And with that honor, I was able to travel to all 92 counties and talk about the importance of accessible health care, affordable health care for all. It was important to me then, it's important to me now. I also talked about the importance of education. Public education right now is under fire in our Congress, certainly in our state. And there is no better investment than to invest in our public education for the betterment of all. And I also want to fight to protect Social Security and Medicare. These are trust funds, especially Social Security. Folks that my parents, your parents, grandparents have invested in for their retirement, and we must fight to protect those. And I want to reach across the aisle and be creative in how we can keep those programs strong and flourishing for generations to come. I am Shelli Yoder, and I decided to run for Congress because I felt that the 9th District could do better. I didn't feel that my opponent was fighting for Southern Indiana. Again and again I was hearing, where is our representative? And I knew we could do better. And so I decided to run not because I felt that I had all the answers, but because I wanted to hear what's important to you in your communities. So how we can work better in Washington and make sure that the needs of Southern Indiana are met, that what's important to you is followed through with your representative in Washington. I live today in Bloomington, which is up north in Monroe County. The 9th District has changed quite a bit, actually. It's long and skinny, where at one time it used to be short and stout. But I live almost smack dab in the middle of our district. I live there with my husband. He's a business law and ethics professor at the Kelley School of Business, and we raise our 3 great children in Bloomington. I was working at Kelley, helping students get jobs when I decided to run for Congress. I decided to run for all the reasons I just mentioned, but because we need more job opportunities here in the 9th District. This is a serious concern that we have. We must start investing in those infrastructure projects, in education, so we can continue to attract modern manufacturing to this district. Job creation must be addressed, and I want to see more students coming out of what I think is the best business school in this country, and I want them working here. I want them here in the 9th District. I want that brain trust to be here so that we can be competitive into the 21st century global economy. I want to leave a little bit of time for you to ask me questions that you might have. I really thank you for creating this space for candidates to come and share their story, share their platform with you. Because I know things are on your mind, and I want to hear from you. What questions do you have?
I have a question.
Yes.
Job opportunities have been popping in Jeffersonville,
Mm-hmm.
and River Ridge,
Yes.
Amazon's coming, so and we're grateful for that. You said that you wanted to do better. Can you cite a couple of examples of where you think Todd Young let us down?
Well, we have examples of bridges that we need strong bridges in order to have stronger commerce. And unfortunately, with the Ohio Bridges project, we've had a representative who's really been absent. Southern Indiana has not had a strong advocate fighting for them all along the way. Well, it's been, for the last 40 plus years, but in the last 2 years, they certainly did not have a strong advocate. But we have other bridges, believe it or not, throughout the 9th District, one that's in Monroe County, that he actually voted against, and it was falling apart in Steinsville. He actually voted against having this bridge repaired. They went ahead and applied for the grant. They did receive the grant, thank goodness, a Tiger grant, and now that bridge is being repaired and commerce can continue to take place. People can go to work. Students can get to school. But these are ways that I feel a representative is the voice we need fighting for the 9th District in Washington, D.C.
That bridge, was that a county? Was that a county bridge or?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was a bridge that there was no money to repair it, and they needed some additional funds to support it.
Okay.
I mean, to fix it,
Okay.
to make it usable again.
So just
Yes.
to follow up on that, there was a grant that was available for it.
Mhm.
So really, in the long run, they should have applied for that grant.
They did.
Prior, so we shouldn't have had to have taken it out of a different budget, correct?
Taken out of a different budget.
Since there was a grant available,
Mm-hmm.
why would we have had to have paid it in a different way, if that's what you're getting at?
The grant was a federal grant.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it was applied for, but it was voted down to give the grant to
Okay, that's what
fix
I
the
didn't
grant.
understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.